welcome to HoopSpeak Live. This is Beckley Mason along with Ethan Sherwood Strauss and Zach Daiquiri Harper. And someone's got a little echo, but we're going to hop right into this. Ethan, you've been at work all day. Have you been following any of this? Do you know what's going on?
Guys, I know nothing. I'm just assuming that the NBA is the same stagnant, stable place it's always been. And, I mean, if anything's happened, by all means, give me an update. I'm curious. What's going on?
Well, Zach, why don't you start with the latest news?
Well, as Ethan might know, that his Warriors are in the running for Tyson Chandler, but they may need to trade Stephen Curry to bring Chris Paul out. Here's the problem, though. The Knicks are going to get Tyson Chandler.
What?
Yeah, 98% sure, according to Stein, that the Knicks are going to acquire Chandler, which means
guess how much?
Have three very highly paid big men, 15 large per year over 4 years, so $60 million for Tyson Chandler to play for the New York Knicks. Your beloved New York Knicks. Secretly, you're a Knicks fan.
Yeah, I mean, okay, that's flabbergasting, but they don't have any money. How does that happen? They don't have any cash to make that happen. I need
Remember Chauncey Billups?
You think that, that was a nice deal they gave Billups when they extended him. But apparently they're going to just eat that money, and or the $8 million or whatever that comes off of it. He's getting $14 million apparently, so they're just going to eat that, and then they're going to have Iman Shumpert run the pick and roll with those three, I guess.
Or Tony Douglas.
So you're telling me, so next year Chris Paul will pay them to play for the Knicks? Is that how it's going to work? He will actually
5 years, $75 million to play with them.
It's just such an honor to play with Carmelo Anthony and watch him jab step 17 times, as you said in the thing on ESPN today.
I hope he can get that written off on his tax returns. It seems like something that you might want to write off as a business expense if you're Chris Paul. Wow.
Yeah.
So
so that's a minor one. There's also a 3-team deal in the works apparently with New Orleans, the Lakers, and Houston. The only team that seems to get any better is the Lakers. I guess Houston gets Powell, and they have like a legit star to build around, but it's doubtful that they'd be able to keep Martin if they want to do that, because I don't see what New Orleans gets. If they're giving up a superstar, they better be getting a lot of really good players back, a la the Denver trade. So basically it's just madness right now. The agents have decided that today is the day that they just say whatever they want to source, to people, and then the internet explodes.
Yeah, I don't understand this kind of the situation because I'm just not into the Bynum thing. I feel like there's a lot of it's not wish fulfillment, but just Laker fans don't care about Bynum all that much, and he's a massive injury risk, and he's a personality risk, I believe, at the same time. So people have bought into this idea that he's immensely valuable and he's the proper compensation for a superstar, and I just don't see it. But I guess because it's the Lakers and they can do anything they want somehow.
Well, you have to remember, he's only 23 years old, so he's got at least 15 more years in this league of missing 45 games a year.
Dominance in 38 games every season, exactly. Yeah, and I think that Bynum signed his, I don't know. I feel like he was gone in LA the moment he whacked Barea. Like, that was just a weird incident that he just is like has just had a really hard time kind of fitting into like the Laker identity there. He's got beef with Kobe. He's got whatever's going on.
It's funny when you say he's got beef with
injuries.
Kobe. That's a little funny.
Kobe beef.
Can we talk about the big news of the day, the literal big news of the day, which is Eddie Curry signing with the Miami Heat?
Right. Eddie Curry got spelt. Eddie Curry is. That's the other thing. Shane Battier and Eddie Curry are going to play for the Heat, so you should just be aware of that next season.
Well, Beckley, I'm rooting for Eddie Curry because we know one of his best friends, Reggie Tats, a tattoo artist and NBA players across the land, including Amari Stoudemire. And if Eddie Curry becomes a superstar, then Reggie can give us access to Eddie Curry. So I'm glad.
Of course, one of his best friends is a tattoo artist. That's a lot of landscape to tattoo. That's a cash cow right there, literally.
Oh, yeah, very nice. I don't know, man. I'm very much rooting for Eddie Curry to not be a punchline. I think that would be just awesome. Like, this guy has, he's obviously been very well compensated, but he has suffered in his personal and professional life about as much as anyone needs to, and it would be really great, I think, if he became someone that people could root for. And you know what? He could be the person who turns around the Heat as like a good feel-good story. If Eddie Curry comes back into the league,
he's never been good.
He's playing well, and he's kissing babies. He's never been good.
Never once been good.
Okay.
He's never once been good.
Okay.
No, he's
What are you talking about?
Not at all.
That's how you, that's how you lose a baby.
He's clearly never been good.
He was okay. He scored pretty well. He just
himself.
turns it over every 3 touches. But if they're paying him $3 million to be enormous and have great feet, like, okay.
Didn't they do that with
That's
Jamal
better than
McGlure?
paying,
How'd that work out for Big Cat?
good feet? Did you just say that Jamal McGlure had good feet?
You don't dunk by covering your eyes by having bad feet.
Unfortunately, his knees had calcified.
Oh, man. Well, I haven't
Anyway,
checked out the new rules that they're giving the referees. Maybe Eddie Curry will be benefited somehow.